especially for the Niger Delta region, as Nigeria Hydrological Services Agencies has issued a warning to states along the river Niger and Benue. The need for immediate actions in the Niger Delta is critical. Governors of the region must now come together to develop a comprehensive strategy to prevent potential disaster that could have devastating results for lives, property, and the economy. The Niger Delta, known for its low-lying geography and intricate network of rivers and tributaries, is particularly susceptible to flooding. In the past, water releases from the Lado Dam have caused severe flooding across the region, displacing thousands of people, destroying homes, and wiping out farmland and infrastructure. The current situation demands a proactive response as rising water levels pose an imminent threat. Governors of Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Edo, Cross River, and surrounding states must act swiftly to mitigate the risks. The following steps are essential. First, flood defenses need to be strengthened. Local government must immediately reinforce embankments, levees, and other flood control infrastructure, particularly in areas known to be high risk, dredging key waters to increase their capacity to handle the anticipated water surge is another critical measure. These actions are necessary to ensure that water flows are managed in a redirected way from residential areas and vital infrastructure. Secondly, early warning system must be enhanced to ensure that at-risk communities receive timely information about potential flooding. Accurate real-time monitoring of water level along the river Niger and Benue is essential for giving residents and local authorities enough time to evacuate if necessary. Public awareness campaign should be launched to inform communities about the steps they need to take to prepare for rising water risks. Thirdly, disaster preparedness must be prioritized at all levels of government. Governors should allocate emergency funds and resources to ensure that shelter, medical facilities, and emergency response needed to assist the people affected by potential flooding. Local disaster management. Local disaster management agencies must be on high alert and equipped to manage evacuations, distribute relief supplies, and provide support to displaced populations. Collaboration with federal agencies such as the National Emergency Management Agency and the Ministry of Water Resources is vital. Niger Delta governors, with these bodies to ensure that accurate data and resources are shared in real time, these will facilitate a coordinated, effective response and reduce the risk of large-scale devastation. In addition to addressing immediate threats, these situations has also highlighted the need for long-term solutions. The Niger Delta's vulnerability to flooding is an ongoing issue that requires sustained investment in resilient infrastructure, protecting the region's wetlands and mangroves, which act as natural buffers against flood. Meanwhile, natural disaster has been ravaging different states as it affects the northern part. So, Niger Delta regions has been affected in several years. Furthermore, there are urgent need for the Niger Delta to be included in national conversations on climate change and disaster preparedness. An extreme weather event become more frequent, the region will continue to face environmental challenges that could disrupt both local communities and key industries like oil and gas. By investing in sustainable development, resilient infrastructure, now the region can better prepare for future challenges. The release of water from Lado Dam serves as a stark reminder that natural disaster can strike at any time. The Niger Delta governors must take ownership of this crisis and lead their people through it with decisive action. There is no room for complacency. The potentials of widespread flooding is real, and the consequences should be catastrophic if steps are not taken immediately. Governors of the Niger Delta must rise to the occasions by implementing proactive measures that protect the lives, livelihoods, and the future of the region. Safety of millions of people is at stake, and the region's leadership must ensure that no effort is spared in mitigating the impact on the Lado water release. And this is a very serious concern to the Niger Delta people, as flooding affects the region annually. And this time around, the Baramatu voiced news on Kenu to enlighten local communities, local governments, state governors, and other agencies, NDDC, other proactive agencies to take proactive actions to help the situations. Now communities, reports coming to Baramatu Voice, media organizations, communities are flooded, and it has become a very serious concern to governors, to local governments, and other agencies to take proactive steps. This is Baramatu Voice News on Kenu. As you can see, the water rise that is affecting communities. This is to inform the appropriate authorities to take measures that will help the people. Baramatu Voice TV, Asiayi Enaibo. Yes, still on this issue, as the northern parts have been affected by flooding, so the season at the water flows from the Lad Dam, Cameroon Dam, as it moves from the northern part to the Niger Delta regions, which is prone to flooding annually. And this time around, it is a campaign to the doorsteps of every agency, government officials, government agencies, to be active in making sure that IDP camps, communities should be proactively taken care to avoid the flooding that consume lives and properties. The Baramatu Voice right here in Warri River, where the campaign and awareness sensitization, calling on governors to be alert, calling on commission agencies to be alert, to do what is necessary at this particular point in time. It has been a major concern. A lot of persons have never fully recovered from the 2022 flood disaster that submerged communities, submerged kingdoms, people affected. In the meantime, we are currently at Samfield 2, where the community people at the waterfront listening to the campaign, the awareness campaign of flood, where Delta State Government, Bayelsa State Government, the River State Government, Edo State Government, to be proactive. Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, and other agencies to take measures that will help their citizens, as our regions is prone to flooding. Baramatu Voice. As we move to tell the story in the Niger Delta, our news on Kenu is to enlighten the people of the potential flooding that has been a very serious concern to the region. Keep watching Baramatu Voice and subscribe to Baramatu Voice TV. And as you can see, the houseboats are all moving. These are the IDP camps that needed to be placed in various communities where people can be living within that period that the flooding is affecting them. Instead, because we find out from our previous investigations and visit to communities, we found out that people who moved to different communities as IDP camps were affected when they returned back to their communities. Their properties being stolen and at the same time destroyed by the flood. And many suggested, stakeholders suggested, that houseboats should be tied in front of major communities where people can occupy during that challenging period. It is very key and strategic. It is another way Baramatu Voice, our findings, has been carried out. And this is where people navigate with their canoes as they trade in Warri and cross over to Sanfield 2 by doing over. Let's talk to some persons. Let's talk to them. The effects of flood. Let's talk to them. Let's talk to people. Yes. The effects of flood. Let's talk to people. Now, Northern Parks has been consumed by flooding, and 2022 flood, a lot of persons have never been recovered. How are you, sir? What can you say about the flood that has been affecting people and your message to government?
Well, the flood, what I'm looking,
Look at the camera.
the flood is over. People are suffering, and a lot of people are dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the campaign is to inform Niger Deltans to be aware that flood is coming as it affects the northern part.
Yes.
Madam, what can you say about? Okay. And that is how it is. These are where now they go now?
We dey go Sanfield too.
Sanfield too, eh?
Yes, sir.
Una know say flood they come.
No, sir. No, sir.
Una no hear say flood they come, eh? For TV, say some place don't cover.
We hear that. We hear that one.
Now hear that one.
Yes.
So how the flood they come now? How do they prepare?
Well, we don't prepare anything. No. The flood they come. They look am. They come.
And they just they look at.
Now where we go prepare go now? We don't get money. Nothing. To park where we go park go. We don't get anything. They look the floor.
Okay, now just the look at.
Yes,
Yeah, so my country people, that is how it is. Baramatu Voice News on Kenu. And this story when they come so now to call Niger Delta governors to put in measures that will help the people when we say 2022 flood, many people never recovered from the flood disaster where it affected properties, people across the Niger Delta region, both Delta, Bayelsa, Ondo rivers been affected. And this time around, the Cameroon dam that has been released, a lot of flooding are coming to the Niger Delta region. This is a call for governors to be proactive. This is a call for the agencies to be proactive. This is a call for stakeholders to prepare ahead of the flood and put in measures that will help, because it is too late to cry when the head is cut off. This is the right time to put in measures that will help communities that is prone to flood in the coastal part of the Niger Delta region. It is a call for conscious awareness. It is a call that communities should also prepare for self-help in a way that will be of help to them. before the government will carry out their activities, let communities should also be aware that flood, another disaster, is coming in the Niger Delta region. Prepare ahead of it, and this is to call on all meaningful stakeholders to be conscious of the flood, and by providing alternative ways that will help the people. This is Baramatu Voice TV, Asiaye Naimo, on our campaign. Flood is coming to the Niger Delta regions. Governors should prepare, stakeholders should prepare, community leaders should prepare, kingdoms should prepare, local government chairmen should prepare, because the last time when we visited Patani local government area, they were the whole palace of His Royal Majesty, the Pharaoh of Kabowe Kingdom, submerged. Lot of reptiles seen in the palace has been a very serious concern in Brutu local government. To be particular, specific IDP camps are not seen, and that has affected so many persons. Wari Southwest local government area, Obujo to be precise, and Isoko, Kwale areas, and Wari North. All these local government areas in Delta badly affected. Then, talking about proactive measures, the government should buckle up to do the needful now that the flood is coming to the Niger Delta regions. We want to recommend also set up a very proactive committee that will help to facilitate, or by moving communities that are prone to flood to IDP camps, set up IDP camps earlier to help situations. And we also recommend, as people were being interviewed during the flood, that some communities are very far from the upland. So houseboats that we just saw on the waterway is needed to be tied in major communities. 2 or 4 houseboats are tied in these communities. People can survive during that challenging period. So it is very key, as Baramatu Voice take a very strategic campaign on Kenu today, and that is how it is. This is how at the preparations are going on. These are local boats, transport boats, convey people from different communities to Wari. They do buy and selling. So in as much as these are things, people that convey, if government proactive, this is the time, get relief materials, send to communities to prepare ahead of the flooding that is coming. Baramatu Voice TV. Yeah, so yes, the Baramatu Voice TV, we want to go straight to these local boats to meet with them, how prepared they are ahead of the flood that is coming. Mr. Barakemi. And a bizonta doorway. In as much as we have given the broadcast in English language, we want to use this opportunity to inform Ijo kingdoms. In a bizonta doorway. Metek Baramatu Voice Papa ware babu tem bubakake tem ke join base yarmini me binime na bomana binime kamese angonum we me binime okusubo numu akalakpo numu ai okusubo ba me na kalakpo ba me ne don mi yebese blue my me binime me na bomana binime me bo blue cry me komuntu amawo yamon ware be sekpom so to so yorbe so koro to koro skulu wara be sekpom sebra ko kureme me beni ba bomini o awusa bu ma pa me ne ye me wo yok ba bomini o wo yok ba pa da ka awusa bu apa mi anum we me tembo me Baramatu Voice egbir pa bo come away the bam lado we joke up a bike me tembo ma brapu wer mi ba ke e zoma mi e bebe se pri bui ba bomini ye ango carry the bam lado we I shift government always the pumpulu but me ma brapu wer mi tembe tema ke zoma mi kembe se yari ye bin ba bomini ye bini ba bomini me bini me na bomina bini me keme se kpo me ango di wa tma ka me bini di tma ka boy me kama we I shift government we zi da pompolo po me igbiri ma bra pu wer mi ba ke local government bo se kpo me dia ye keme dom kem la se kpo mango kere wa tma ke me bini me na bomina bini me ango kere ye mo ko gba me ane ko do me gbiri mo de ba me gbiri do ne me gbiri me de ba me gbiri do ne anokodo bo third bi abo me gbiri gba me e ba bo gbara ma tu ma mu na ba tembo ne bom ne mo pue de bo vile de ye opue de bo fa de ye me kam se me ma aro agona ga tima ka me o ki mi ni ye gba me gbara ma tu me wa extra voice ko me bini mu ado wa go tu me mo pue de bo gbara ma tu kingdom la de opue de bo ko mo tu me o ki go ki mi ni ye tem be tem we ba ke kala ko kozgbe yari ye me bini me bo me bini me don go blue my me kama le mo bien pese me ne blue my me ake kama le ma lower to me ko me ne blue my me bini blue me don se binge be me kama se ango kari me tem bo me barama to voice gbir ba power kama we ase yi na bo kan ka batin bo me lie me ene bizon to agbaye ebedo me bela se gbaye and me gbir bo bra Tantita security service bo me gbiri ma bra pu word me tem be tem ake ezon se yari kan ke ba komo we I shift casting pondi bo me gbiri ma bra pu ba ke be yor be se yari bini wando ogbodo wando bomini ye awusa bu bini mi do bomini ye me ba ke kam se pri kam se ango num word ma ke me bini me bomene me ango die anagodo me tem be me komo we ase ayi na bo aka fietin ba aka mi odo dey ene bizon to ado me tembe me o mu ka akabo mi odo mo fie ke laade kam do kam last government Bayelsa state government ekpanaye Delta state government ekpanaye River state government ekpanaye those state kam say nai me bini me na bo me bini me kam say ango kare we kam yo tell me egbefa ya King Robert Bana Noai, and I met Benica one bore 2022 my boy to make a man park a man Benica. I renana no pubin about bode, but I take me a bominia. Oh, maybe the man come say, I care back, come say pretty and go carry a nega fiatimbo, your door, miome, and a bison to or come your domine, a bilbo to doberman. Ado. Baramatu voice team me come away Samuel Abai on Banao Bitebe Oroje on Banao Kamasa wam kilikame Zome INC pomo me tembe my brapo me I sipo me tembe me babo me come away I shift Dr. Dennis Otwaro okpo amnesty do ba ke ezonza premini ye buni ba bomini ye kamese kpo ma ango kare wari ye meti akrima mi ye sakpo me kamse ango kare wari ba ke ezonza pri ba ke Nigeria se pri komdo ba my country people, to my Soko brothers in Isoko kingdom, to my Shekri brothers, to the Niger Deltans, flood is coming again. Flood is coming again. This is a campaign coming from Baramatu Voice TV to enlighten our brethren, to enlighten our people that 2022 experience, that devastating effect of flood is coming again. The northern part has experienced this devastating flood, and that the same thing is coming to the Niger Delta region. What is happening in the northern part has also happened to us. But what is coming is devastating. And this is to inform all the governors to be proactive, to put in measures, right measures that will help the people. Representatives, government officials should make sure that the areas they are representing prepare proactive measures that will help the people. We also recommend communities that are prone with a large flow of waters, provide houseboats and other key things that will be of help to them. This is Baramatu Voice News on Kenu to enlighten our brethren in the Niger Delta regions, enlightens our sisters to be proactive and to be aware anywhere you are. Let it not be that you have been overtaken by the flood. And this announcement is coming from Baramatu Voice. Governors should take care about it. Agencies, NDDC, NIMASA, Amnesty, all should take a proactive step to helping the Niger Delta region. And at this moment, we want to thank our viewers. Keep sharing and keep following Baramatu Voice TV, the voice of the people. Asiayi Enaibo. Baramatu Voice News on Kenu.